Go crypto investing, and you can see the oil market continues to pump. We're at $112 a barrel, and we laid out this for you last year on some of the first videos I ever made. When we were right down here, we have to go into the regular is what this chart is set up in. You can see when Vincenzo, and this is why I need to become members of Jabroni Killers, because we have Commodity Mondays and we have Fiscal and Monetary Policy Fridays. But when we were right down here, I laid out this bull flag that we were in. And this bull flag started all the way back here in 2004 and met its high in 2008. And if we look in the monthly time frame, this is a humongous bull flag. And I laid this out, what the technical target was. And it's all the way up there at $208 a barrel, right? And now that you see this bull flag that we're in, you say, Vincenzo, how do you know it's a bull flag? Well, here's how you know it's a bull flag. And this is a multi-decade one. The pump, which is the flagpole. Pumping price, bam. Pumping volume, bam. Very bullish. After pump, down and sideways consolidation and falling price or falling volume. Very bullish, right? Upper resistance, upper resistance, upper resistance, breakout, descending. Lower support, fake out, lower support, descending. That is a textbook bull flag, and usually a bull flag is a continuation pattern, and eventually, after a long consolidation period, sometimes as the oil market was, it breaks out and continues up the way it was traveling. And the technical target is all the way up there. And we put this line out here last year when the price was down here at about $60 to $65, right in here breaking out, that this was your next upper resistance, because you had selling, and that was your major upper resistance to blow by. And if you blew by that, your next price was $150. And that's why if you watch that same video, I said by the middle of 2022, and this is in April of 2021, that we were going to be pushing $150 a barrel, and by the end of the year we're going to be pushing $200 a barrel. And I'm still liking that call, and that's another reason I'm in the commodity sector, heavily invested. More so, I don't really have any money in crypto, slight amounts that I day trade, but I bought these call options on BP for the summertime, and they expire the week after the 4th of July, and they are a $40 strike price, which is right here, right? My strike price is the 200-day moving average, and this is pumping now. This had a nice sell-off, COVID dump, nice rally. The rest of the oil markets continued to rally in the crude oil drilling sector. But this one sold off because of the Russia. The last 2 weeks, it sold off 20% because they have some Russia holdings. But as soon as that sell pressure is out from there, this is going to continue up. And this is going to look, this is another extremely long bullish consolidation. And this too is in a bull flag. And if you have long-term holdings, retirement accounts, 401ks, I would highly recommend that you invest in BP. It has a 5% dividend right now, and this is a textbook bull flag too. And you would take it from the top to the top of the flagpole, oh come on, to the point of a breakout, and you can see that gives you all the way up at this green ring a targeted move way off into the future if this ever breaks bullish out of this bull flag of $106 a barrel. About from its old high, it would be about a 40% move from its old high. And I have some call options that are doing very well right now. But that is another one. Jerome, you're asking about some of the dividend paying stocks that I'm in that are not crypto related. BP is a phenomenal one to be in over the long term. And you can see crude oil is skyrocketing, right? That's a phenomenal company to be in right now. If you got 5 or 10 years that you just want to throw some money in, long-term invest and collect your 5% dividend as you get an appreciating stock price over the time, right? And I think that time and the time to start getting into something like BP is very limited due to their earnings are phenomenal, and the price of oil is going to continue to skyrocket. And the price of oil, the current price, is not cut off. The time and the time to start to buy and get your positions and to get ready for the big move in BP and many of these other commodity sectors is limited in number, because as it moves, they move quick. Look how quick oil moved. A year ago, nobody wanted oil. A year later, it's skyrocketed, right? Gold and silver bullion skyrocketed in about 6 short months and then consolidated for a long time. When these things move, they move fast, and then they consolidate for a very long time, and then they move very fast again, right? And that's what's going to happen in BP and Jerome. That's just, BP is just one of the others dividend paying stocks, along with Kinross Gold Corp down there at $5.46. That's another one that pays about 2% a year, and it's a gold company. They also mine silver and a little bit of copper, right? That's in some of the deposits. And I do have a lot of shares of Kinross, along with BP and several other the high-paying dividend stocks that I'm a long-term investor and have been long-term buying. Yes, today some of these have pumped, and yesterday in the last few days, but I've showed these a lot of times the last 6 months when they've been beaten down, saying I own these stocks, and I bought a lot more because one day they'll be rising, and today it was rising, was one of those days, and yesterday and the day before, and really the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks, it's really been pumping. And I'll continue to show you my dividend paying stocks. Become a member of Jabroni Killers, Jerome, if you want to support the channel and get more in-depth info, because on Commodity Mondays we go over a lot of dividend paying commodity stocks. Same thing on Fiscal and Monetary Policy Friday. We go over a lot of things that have to do with why you might want to have dividend paying stocks depending on how the US market's going, right? And but you can see with the cryptos, the Bitcoin SV trade update. Let's let this load up. Let's zoom into the hour time frame. And we've had a nice retracement today. Not a big retrace, not a fast crash retracement. Just a nice sell off, a lot of profit taking over the last few days. People that got in on a lot of these coins were up 15 to 20%. So lots of money was there to be made if you were on top of it and you were willing to risk it a little bit. And you can see our stop loss is still good. We're still in the trade because our stop loss is down here at Bitcoin SV. And I checked, and if I sell out and my stop loss gets hit right there, I'll be up about 6 3/4%, because at current price, we're up about 14% on our trade. And anyone that got in on the trade with Vincenzo, we knew we were talking about it here, but I put that video out, emergency video, right when the price was almost at its bottom on the first consolidation when I was driving. So anybody that got in on that, still, you are in the money still right now by several percent right now. Let's see, in this coin, and some of the other people might have used this to buy the other coins. Yeah, you're still up at current price, 6%. You were up as much as 12% right out of the chute, but we told you to have the stop loss right at your order in if you bought up there. And that's where I did raise my stop loss too, because for a few days I had my stop loss set in right where I bought, or just under where I bought. And then after it pumped into here, I rose my stop loss to the next level. Just like if we break this 200 day on the next pump, I'll raise my stop loss to this consolidation point right here. It's still consolidating. If you're in this trade with me, have the stop loss set in just above. If you're using a site where you have to have fees, have your stop loss set right around there so you don't have to get charged any fees if it doesn't break up to the next level. I'm on a site where I don't have to pay fees to trade, just taxes if you make money, right? So that's that. $114 is still very possible on the retest off of everything we laid out, why I bought in right here. And I'm not going to just sell out real quick. I'll have a level set to where I feel if it breaks it, that's a spot where you got to be out, because it could have a lot farther downside. But right now it's in a consolidation mode, and that's where most of these coins are. Bitcoin, you can see, has a nice double bottom there. Look at that. It's a mountain double bottom, and the technical target out of that is $53,000, right? And you can see usually when they're going to break down and have a 10 or 15 or 20% down in Bitcoin, they break down fast. Bitcoin's consolidating right now, so if you break down, we're going to move this to the current day. The next breakdown point to where it can come down to and be healthy is $40,969 would be a healthy consolidation, and you could still have another leg up in this move, right? So that's what we're going to watch out for Bitcoin. XRP, you can see we're still above that 72 cents and the 200-day moving average. And as long as you're above both of those, you're bullish. If you break below those, you're at least coming down to the 62-cent local double bottom, right? So that would be your sell zone if you're in a swing trade in this. Well, to me, would be the 72 cents. because then you're going to come down at least to 62, right, to retest this local bottom right now, right? So that's what that's looking like in XRP. XLM is in the same similar thing. XRP, XLM, and ALGO are in very similar patterns. 17 cents is your lower support. In XLM, if you break that, you come down to 10 cents. But if you can hold that 17 cent level and continue to stay above that, and especially above the 200-day where you're holding at now in this consolidation, see that you're sitting right on the 200-day. See that right there? We'll circle that with our industry exclusive drawing tool real quick. See that? You're right on the 200-day moving average in green, right? So if you can stay above that, and especially if you stay above the 17 cents, your 17 cents, if you break below that, that's where your sell zone is, right? As long as you stay above that, you can still be short-term bullish and maybe try to make a run up here. We'll move this in the current time frame now. Maybe make a run up here at your major upper resistance at the 22 cents, right? And that is very possible to still happen, but you got to be paying attention and have a tight stop loss. And have a stop loss. I don't usually use stop losses, but in crypto, it's so highly volatile that using a stop loss just allows you, if you're not constantly watching the market, and a highly volatile, if you're in a swing trading type deal, to not get fleece heisted and shisted on a quick flush, right? Have your stop loss and profit, if at all possible, and then just let her do its thing. Have a sell price over where your sell target is, and have a stop loss underneath, and see which one gets hit first, right? And when you're playing the probabilities, you get into that trade and you don't get out of the trade till your trade's been invalidated, meaning it breaks key resistance or key support underneath to invalidate the trade, right? But ALGO is looking the similar. Let's get back out to the 4 hourly. As like I said, XLM and XRP, right? You can see it's got that same consolidation, but it got rejected off the 200-day at, it wasn't 94 cents. Where was that at? I don't think that's 94 cents there. It got rejected off the, yeah, it was 92 cents there, the moving average, and it's consolidating back down. And as long as it doesn't breach this old bottom, you're in a safety type zone. But if you break that old bottom, you're going to come back to 56 cents, right? So that's what we're looking like in ALGO. ALGO has just been kind of chilling. It's been not doing as much up or down as the market's been moving up and down. And then DigiByte is another one, DGB, with another little double bottom at the bottom of the bottom of the last line of defense to the shit house, or the middle part of the last line of defense, aka get my shit together in the orange support zone, right? And we got rejected off the 200-day, just like ALGO, but we haven't fallen very far. So if we can continue to hold some support, you could break above that, and your upper target would be the top part of this right there at 0.028 cents would be your first major upper resistance. But there's more upper resistance I got to put on there. I just haven't, we really don't talk about DigiByte that much, so I don't have all the detail on here. And then 88 Cardano, you can see we've bounced off of a very deep depressing part of the last line of defense to the shithouse, and we're forming a nice little rounding bottom. But we're coming up to the 200-day. If you can get above the 200-day, you can make a run at the $1.21. If you don't get above the 200-day, you're coming back down to that 63 cents, or you're coming down to, for the first time, the 63 cents. Right? Like, subscribe, and share to Vincenzo's Go Crypto Investing. Peace and love. Peace and love.